In other gamer news, we are going to take a look at ye new, N-E-W-E, new, Thief rework for the KMS Tespia notes. So what do we have here? We have double stab for all thieves. Quickly double stab 2 enemies, looking very different. And a lucky 7, also looking very, very different. How many stars is that throwing? Is it 7? Throw 7 stars filled with luck to attack enemies in front of you. So you throw 7 stars and they deal damage 3 times and up to 5 enemies. 7 stars, 15 lines of damage max. Makes sense. The math checks out. I saw it. Yes, I saw it, Nate. I mean, I replied to it. Haste permanently increases jump and maximum speed, all that good shit. Dark Side. Some of the luckier stars pierce. True. Dark Side hiding shadows. If you avoid any percent HP attacks, when Dark Side is cancelled, a cooldown based on the number of hits avoided will be applied. During the skill, if you use a skill or press the Dark Side key again, Dark Side will be cancelled. However, certain movement skills will not cancel Dark Side when used. Certain will not cancel it when used. That sounds like also certain will cancel it when used. So it kind of depends on how you want to read that. For 200 seconds, hide in shadows. If you avoid any... When Dark Side is cancelled, a 3-second cooldown per hit avoided will be applied, stacking up to 5 times. Wow. Okay, flash jump. That's looking mighty purple. Nice, nice. Nimble body, sure thing. Night Lord, here we go. Shuriken Burst. Okay, so I guess we're gonna tackle the early game Night Lord mobbing a little bit. Throw 3 exploding shurikens. Count them. 3. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 particles here? Here there's 7. But you throw 3. Okay. Dealing damage to the enemy hit and other nearby enemies. The shuriken will explode at the location of the first enemy hit. Consumes 3 stars. Throw a shuriken. Oh, that deals 560% damage on 1 enemy. Then activates an explosion. It deals 105% 6 times and up to 6 enemies. Ooh. Interesting. Wind Talisman. Throw a talisman filled with the power of shadows, knocking enemies away and dealing damage. However, certain monsters cannot be moved. Oh my god, are they reintroducing pushing monsters together and then exploding them? What is this, bomb arrow from 2006? Holy shit. Welcome to the past. That'll be interesting if that does anything. I mean, at this point, people want to be... If people aren't strong, then this will help them. And if people are strong, then they can just kill with Wind Talisman, I guess? No, because it's 6 enemies. It only does 1 line of damage, so that's dookie. I still want to use that one. Mark of the Assassin. Ooh. Did it always have this much text? When attacking 40% of assassin mark, when attacking it's grade 2 stars, they deal 30% plus 1% per your level damage. Oh, that's where part of the scaling comes from. Wait, was that always a thing? Night Lord MapleStory. Boo! What is this? Oh, why was it highlighted? Why was it highlighted? Was it talking about this? Or was it talking about his hair? Sorry. Eckhart's Vampire. That's a skill now? And about a shuriken, a burst. 2 stars. It just says max enemies hit 6. So that's gonna be Gust Charm. Yeah. So that's the. Did I use Gust Charm? I'm trying to remember. Claw Booster. Oh, it says mark. Oh yeah, that's exactly the same. Okay. Every channel except for channel 1 is Prime in EU Reboot. So like 3 channels? Got him. Shadow Rush, become one with the shadows and quickly move forwards. Whenever the Assassin's Mark explodes, Obtain the power of the shadows, letting you use the skill again more quickly. Whenever Assassin's Mark explodes. Wait, when attacking enemies, there is a chance to inflict the Assassin's Mark. Oh, if you attack a marked enemy again, a star will appear from the enemy and attack other nearby enemies. The stars will prioritize the enemies with the highest maximum HP and range. I should have read that part. If the stars hit an enemy using damage reflect, you will not take damage. Oh. Whenever the Assassin's Mark explodes, obtain the power of the shadows, letting you use the skill again more quickly. So almost kind of like a kind combat step kind of thing? Maybe we'll go down for anyone else. Yes, for literally everyone in GMS, because it is maintenance right now. It's supposed to be 3 hours, yes. Regular cooldown is 5 seconds, which is not that long either. Every time you attack an enemy inflicted with the mark of the assassin or mark of Night Lord's attack mark, the cooldown is decreased by 1 second. Okay, so just wait, every time you attack someone with the mark of assassin mark of Night, so it's just constantly off cooldown. It's constantly 0. And then when it explodes, it resets again. This seems like it's gonna have a lot of use. Shadow Leap. Use your shadow to jump into the air. Wow. And an up jump. Well, it's official. Now everyone has an up jump. And nobody's special anymore. Rip. Mastery. Claw acceleration. Critical rate 5% critical damage. 50% crit rate and 5% critical damage. That's some juicy stuff. Physical training. And then triple throw. Throws 3 stars at the same time. Oh my god. We go from throwing 7 to 3, by the way. Upgrade. Consumes 20 MP and deals 290% damage 3 times. Oh, yes. This is what I wanted to see. Shuriken challenge. That is a challenge, because that is a... Okay, I'm not a pro at shurikens, but is this blade not way too big compared to the hilt? Not sure though. Not enough Naruto experience for me. Summon a giant shuriken filled with the power of shadows to annihilate enemies. Cool beans. Oh, and then that same shuriken is getting smashed into the ground, and this is flashing on the screen. Sorry. Trigger warning. That's what Dark Flare is gonna look like right now. And Shadow Partner looks, yeah, it looks interesting. It looks arguably better, I think. Summon a shadow ally that copies your actions for a certain period of time and does not have its own HP, and it will disappear if you are hit by an attack that changes your appearance or restricts your movements. The skill does not apply to summoned skills, common 5th job skills, and certain skills. Nice, I like that description. Summon a spirit ally for 200 seconds with 70% final damage. That was already 70%, right? Nothing crazy going on there. For 200, yeah, okay, cool. Spirit Claw, 10 attack. You can attack without consuming stars. Oh my god. An extra free 10 attack? Broken. But is this not a passive now? The highest attack will have their attack applied. If you do not have any stars in your inventory, you cannot use this skill. Wait, you cannot use this skill. But it's a passive now, right? I think they said that they were gonna make it, but... So you get 10 attack extra and passive. That's a decent quality of life. You only need 1 set of stars? Yep. So if you were planning on maining a character, but you were looking up, or not looking forward to, needing to do a whole bunch of Balance Fury or Crystal Ilby dailies and stuff in... Phantom Forest, 1 set is enough. Radical Darkness. Oh, radical, bro. Cool. Venom. When attacking, there's a 30% chance to poison enemies, making them take 90% damage every second for 6 seconds. Is Venom gonna actually do something? Okay, they're just going to keep the 5th job. Maybe they're just going to remove the 5th job and give an actual good 5th job usable skill to Thieves. Copium. Okay. Expert throwing star handle, 25% final damage, 20 critical rate. Okay, seems balanced. There's enable for Cadena link skill. I don't think anyone uses it for that though. You'd use the Explorer mages instead. The only one that I know people use it for is that as a Cadena you get, I think it's 1 or 2, I think 2% critical damage per debuff on a target, so they will actually use it. But for everyone else, Venom is just garbage. Adrenaline increase recovery rate when using recovery items by 170%, 10% critical damage. Oh. Nice. Nice! And then fourth job, quadruple throw. Throw 4 stars in a row. And what the fuck? Showdown challenge. Attack with 6 enemies and provoke them, ignoring touch damage. The provoked enemies will also give increased experience and item drop rate. Seems oddly familiar. This effect is halved on bosses. When a charms explode, shurikens of darkness are created, which chase and attack nearby enemies. Consumes 50 MP and 3 stars. Sorry, I have to keep my arm in motion because I just have my third jab. Deals 708% damage 2 times and up to 6 enemies and provokes them, ignoring touch damage and increasing experience required by 8% for 140 seconds. So it's 4% extra drop rate on bosses. Wow. 6 shurikens will be created, each dealing 70% damage 6 times. If multiple shurikens hit a single target, the second and latter shurikens will have 30% decreased final damage. After shurikens are created, recreation cooldown 5 seconds. Wait, does that work the same as now? Oh wow, it went from 5% to 8%. Broken. Mark of the Night Lord. 60%, 60 plus 1. That seems to be the same. Okay, I saw this one. Oh, that's sudden raid. Okay, and that looks a bit cooler. Call your hidden allies. Fix the DOT. GMS maintenance, yes. A buff is a buff. Purge area. The fuck? Create a barrier around you that decreases the attack, speed, and defense of enemies that enter it. In addition, permanently increases damage when attacking bosses. Decreases enemies' attack and defense by 30% and speed by minus 60 if they are in... I hope it doesn't decrease their speed by minus 60 because that would speed them up. Except for bosses. Oh, so it still reduces defense and speed on anything but bosses, which is the only thing you would ever want to have that work on. Cool! Wait, are these shoes? Is this person wearing shoes backwards? The fuck? I'm glad you were able to relieve that. I'm pretty sure that 10% damage was already on there, right? Yeah. Those are chibi legs. I have no idea. Okay, Maple Warrior, Hero's Will, Dark Serenity. 40 boss, 30 IED. That's already a thing, right? Dark Harmony, whatever. I guess... I wonder if a lot of these skills are going to get new names as well for GMS. Fake. 45%. No, that's something... Turitranku no Jutsu, isn't it? Fatal Venom. Aha. When attacking, there is a 50% chance to poison enemies, making them take 160% damage every second for 8 seconds. The poison can stack 3 times. Now you're talking. Okay, never mind, that's exactly the same. 70 mastery, 30 attack, 15 critical damage. Okay, Showdown Challenge, Reinforce Challenge, Extra Target, Showdown Challenge, Enhance. Oh, did they tweak the numbers there? Nope, extra 5, that's staying the same. Okay, so it can go up to 13%. Broken. Enhance, extra 10%. Perch area will apply to bosses, which is, of course, the thing you want. And quadruple throw, damage increase, bossing damage increase, and number of hits increased by 1. That's all the same. Okay, cool. Any hypers? Bleeding Toxin. Bleed Dart. That's the weapon attack buff, right? Yeah. Chance to inflict the bleed effect, which deals 1000% damage every second for 3 seconds. Just make it do multiple lines. Come on. I guess it's mainly just for the 60 weapon attack for 80 seconds. 4 seasons. Hopefully it's not a landscaping company. 3 people got that joke. Epic Adventure. Okay. To express Night Lord's identity as a thief that uses throwing stars and charms, we have updated their effects overall. Night Lord is a character with extremely high instant damage but weak survivability, so to make this characteristic stand out better, we have added a new movement skill called Shadow Rush. Depending on your control skills, you can use Shadow Rush to continuously deal damage or quickly dodge enemy attacks. Shadow Rush aims to provide a more stylish combat experience as you are in dark sight while moving with it. Ooh. In addition, we have improved the overall ranges and usability of hunting skills, including Showdown Challenge, and we have added the ability for Quadruple Throw to prioritize targeting the enemy with the highest HP, as well as improved combat convenience by making various buff skills into passives. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see how Shadow Rush changes the gameplay for Night Lords overall. In general, if your main move of way of mobility is, or mode of mobility is a flash jump that goes pretty fast pretty quickly, making small adjustments in your positioning can be a lot harder to pull off properly, and being able to just constantly Shadow Rush with that, that seems like something that could provide a lot of utility for boss mobility on Night Lords. So I'm interested to see that. Scardor's Nightwalker still need to jump to gain more damage. You still do that, yeah. They should mention class identity a lot to have messed up a bunch of them. Well, that's like the red thread through all of this, right? Is that they're trying to, or the common thread, we say red thread, where they mention this is the identity as we see it, and this is what we, just to highlight, this is what we were looking for, and this is what we tried to achieve when we were working on overhauling the character. And then I think it's in a way also trying to ask direct feedback for the community to be like, do you guys agree with this? Because if people are like, okay, the rework isn't bad, but like the identity is completely different and we don't want this identity, we would like this other thing instead. You know, they probably have some things on the back burner that could like swap in to make that more palatable to players. So, but that was their whole thing, right? Is that they wanted to keep the same identity, but yeah, I guess we haven't done the Pirates yet, but I think Buccaneer is going to be a little bit different. But to be fair, the Kalash's fourth job identity is like 95% of its identity, or even more anyway. So making those skills visible a little bit earlier in the kit isn't necessarily changing its identity. It's just elaborating on it and unifying it a little bit more to not have like, oh, first and second job are from like, you know, 2003. Third and fourth job are like from 2012, and then the fifth job is from 2000. I guess technically, hopefully with the reworks, you can say it's like on the level of 2019 or something. So now we have the Shadower, or the Chadower as we know it. So we've got Savage Blow looking like this. I think I saw it on Kobe's video. Not sure about this effect. Oh no, that was a dual blade, I think, that he showed. That was a weird effect. Critical Edge. Steal. When your own attacking skills hit an enemy, there's a chance to steal a potion that instantly recovers HP and MP. You can steal the potion once per enemy. You can continuously try until you succeed. Potions stolen from a boss will heal your HP and MP and increase your attack for a certain period of time. When skill is used, the effects are activated, and when it is reused, they are deactivated. 10% steel, potion, current HP increase, potion from boss. Okay. Give a buff that increases your attack by 30 for 3 minutes. Wait, is that a thing right now? I guess I always misspell fucking MapleStory, dude. Da 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 da. Oh, it is. Interesting. Increase attack speed and luck, karma, mastery, training, shield mastery. Okay, that seems like it's all the same. What up, Archer? Doing well, doing well. How are you? Except I guess my left arm is getting a little bit sore because of the jab, but it's not. It seems to be holding steady, not getting worse. Learn about the agility of assassins and be able to move upwards with flash jump. Alright, everyone's getting an up jump. Or almost everyone. Does anyone not have one yet? I guess we don't know if all the pirates have one. Edge Carnival. Isn't it called Carnival Edge? Oh, Midnight Carnival. Close. Muspelheim. Approach enemies in front of you fast enough to be invisible, dealing damage and pushing them away. Certain monsters cannot be moved. Huh. Mezzo Explosion. Wait, it's a second job skill? Oh, third job, okay. Wait, is it already third job skill right now? Oh, it is. Huh, interesting. I don't remember all this stuff. Attack enemies by moving the coins dropped from pickpocket. The more coins you use at the same time, the more damage they will do. Of course, new dark flare, where it's your dagger instead of some weird shuriken. Pickpocket. Venom and Sun Raid DOTs will not drop mezzos. Rigged. Shadow Partner. Advanced Dark Sight. By owning your stealth skills, there is a chance that Dark Sight will not be cancelled when you use an attack or skill during Dark Sight. In addition, there is a chance to automatically activate Dark Sight when hit and damaged when attacking. And damage when attacking in Dark Sight is increased. However, if you avoid a percentage HP attacks while in Dark Sight that was activated automatically when hit, the cooldown will not apply, but Dark Sight's duration will be decreased. Okay. For it not to be cancelled, if you are in your own smokescreen or shadow veil, the chance to increase to 100%. When hit, there's a 15% chance to automatically activate Dark Sight. When you attack during Dark Sight, your final damage is increased by 5%. If you 40%, 20%. I think that's the same as how it works now. Yeah. Okay, cool. But at least the logo for the skill is completely the same. Okay. Into darkness. Melt into the darkness and teleport behind the furthest enemy within range in front of you. After moving, you will be Omaiba mo Shinru. What? You will be in Dark Sight. The skill shares a cooldown with Dark Sight. Oh, yeah. That's the exact. Okay, Venom. Venom. When attacking, there is a 30% chance to poison enemies, making them take 90% damage every second for 6 seconds. Greed. Oh, that's more Mezzo, right? Increased Mezzo acquired from monsters dropped by 20%. Mezzo potion per coin is increased by 20%. Points. A passive effect of 5 attack. Bro. That is a broken ass skill. Wait, this thing is gone. Mesoguard damage guard rate plus 10%. Meso consumption on Mesoguard. Oh, is Mesoguard completely gone? Seems like it, huh? Radical Dankness. Through your affinity with darkness, permanently increase maximum HP, status resistance, and elemental resistance. Ooh. Smacking with the assassinate. Continuously attack an enemy's vitals to inflict tremendous damage. After the first attack, you can cast Assassinate again to get a powerful finishing blow. After the finishing blow, Dark Side will be cancelled. If used while in Dark Side, damage is increased. In addition to, if the finishing blow is used while you have the Murderous Intent buff, the buff will be consumed to deal higher damage. While casting Assassinate, you cannot be knocked back by any enemy attacks. It's in my kit! Yes, it is, Cynthia. 260. When you use Dark Side, damage increased by 150%. If the Murderous Intent buff is consumed, the finishing blow's final damage is increased by 100%. Cruel Stab. Pickpocket's chance to drop coins is applied at half rate. In addition, it increases final damage. This is supposed to be Boomerang Stab, right? So that's a 25% final damage. Okay. Bloody Pocket. Every time you attack enemy using your own attacking skills other than Meso Explosion, Bloody Explosion, Common Fetch Up skills, and summons, one Meso coin with the Assassin's Mark will drop. And Bloody Pocket cannot be used at the same time. It doesn't permanently increase luck and critical damage. Combat orders does not apply. Passive is 20% critical damage. Are they taking that from somewhere else? From Prime Critical. Oh, they got rid of the whole like stacking crit thing. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. That was kind of weird where you basically had to make it so that you would always, or most of the time on the Shadower, have like 140% crit, so that when that stuff wasn't stacked that you would still have 100%. That was so strange. It's probably better this way. You can just get to 100 and then be done with it. Bloody Explosion Absorb, although I'm also okay with like some classes having that a little bit differently, but that's rather something I equalize than giving everyone an up jump just because then everyone has an up jump. I feel like that gives more different class identity than, or that loses more class identity than giving everyone 100% crit, I guess. Or whatever. You know what I mean, right? And if you don't, then I wasn't clear. Okay, cool. Absorb all the nearby coins with Bloody Explosion. It requires Assassin Mark to ambush enemies in front of you with shadows. The more coins you use at the same time, the more damage they will do. Clearly, you can use this skill while using Assassinate with no cast action. Oh. You can use Bloody Explosion while Bloody Pocket is applied by inputting Meso. You can use Bloody Explosion while Bloody Pocket is applied by inputting Meso Explosion. Okay, okay. So it's not an extra key. It's just depending on which other one is toggled, it'll just blow up whatever coins there are. Gotcha. Bloody Explosion shares Bloody Pocket's skill level. Combat orders does not apply to this skill either. 245 times up to 3 enemies, and you can use up to 15 coins at the same time. Damage is increased by 10% points per coin. Okay. Cooldown 0.7 seconds. Oh, that's pretty low. So you just smack it. Smack it. Sun Reed, Maple Warrior, Hero's Will. Smoke Screen. Ooh. Poison Fog looking pretty good. Whoever is when the smoke screen will not take damage. Percentage HP attacks damage will be decreased. Also, when you are within the smoke screen's range, advanced dark side's activation chances increased. The smoke screen will take increased critical damage. Yeah, I think that's still exactly the same. Shadow Instinct, 7 attack, 20 IED, Fake, Fatal Venom, Dagger, Expert. Okay. I have no idea what the hypers are for it. There is Mass Explosion, Reinforce, 10 ID. Max number of usable mesos drop from Pickpocket 5. Chance for mesos to drop from Pickpocket plus 10%. So it's just gonna all include Bloody Pocket for those 3. Makes sense. And this is just gonna be renamed as a B step. 20 plus 2 plus 1. An Assassinate 20, 20, and 10 with the damage percentages. Okay, that's all the same. It's always the same. Flip the coin. Alright, so how are they going to change this one then? Toss a coin that symbolizes good luck and receive its blessings. When a skill is used, the effects are activated, and when it is reused, they are deactivated. So it's toggle. Was it already a toggle? No, can only be used when you... Yeah, you had to like use it on a macro after attack or something, right? When you deal a critical hit, increase damage by 5% and critical rate by 5%. This skill can stack up to 5 times. Okay, so we'll just have a guaranteed 25 crit rate and 25% damage from this pretty much all the time. Does this mean that the... Wait, what is the base crit? Oh, we'll have to go through the numbers, but I don't know where the base crit for Shadow is at now. We'll have to check that in a sec. Veil of Shadows. Call your allies of darkness to continuously attack around you. Yeah, this is a really nice skill. Very short cooldown. Lasts quite long. When you're mobbing, this is a godsend. That's good stuff. Venom Burst looking good. The icon looks better. Wasn't even gonna run from an empty character to I'm not dumb. And an epic adventure. Fetch up skill Sonic Blow. I heard that changed quite a bit. Ooh, I like the squiggly lines. That's looking sexy. Attack intensity when moving at a speed that makes you invisible. All of Sonic Blow's attacks are wounds on the enemy with the highest maximum HP hit. And if there's an enemy with a maximum number of stacks, you can use Eviscerate to instantly cancel Sonic Blow. While casting this skill, you cannot be knocked back by any enemy attacks. Was that already a thing? Were you already knocked down resistance in Sonic Blow? I don't remember that specifically. Can now be pushed back. Okay. 1000 damage, 8 damage continuously with 100 IED. Also attacks. Stack the wound debuff on the enemy with the highest HP of the 3 times, cooldown 45. While attacking, if there is an enemy with the maximum number of wound stacks, you can use Eviscerate to cancel the attack. The cooldown will be decreased by 2.5 seconds per remain number of hits. Oh. If you just want to squeeze it in and not use it completely, you'll get it back faster. I see. Eviscerate, so that's called, God, what's that called again? I know these things. They're in my brain somewhere. It's not backstab. Cynthia said she wanted it to be named Eviscerate because it's so cool. Don't worry, I'll remember at some point. Passive effect. Assassin's final attack and Sonic Blow will mark enemies with a wound debuff that lasts like for 10 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. If you hit another enemy with Assassinate while there is another one that is marked, the original enemy's marks will disappear and you will begin stacking. So I guess they're keeping that stack system pretty much the same, right? But they had like 2 stacking systems, so I guess they're... No, they have the wound thing, and then... Yeah, they only have the wound debuff now, it seems like it. But I thought they had 2 stacks of ways of debuffing, or maybe even 3 as a Shadower. I couldn't even keep track. I was just smashing the buttons. Really, enemies mark will disappear. Yep. Active effects summon allies from the shadows that deal 1100 damage 5 times and up to 10 enemies. If there is an enemy with 3 wound stack debuff stacks in range, you can use a skill with Assassinate or Sonic Blow to instantly move to that enemy and activate 4 strikes that deal a fuck ton with an additional 100% crit rate and defense ignore. You're invincible for 2 seconds after attacking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Trig Blade is what it's called now. Nice. Was it already 2 seconds? I remember it being 1 second, but maybe it goes up as you level. Oh, so that went up from 1 second invincibility to 2. That's nice. Gives it a little bit more immunity, a little bit more wiggle room when smashing the skill. Interesting. Plus, if you're on bad ping, you might actually get the iframe out of it, except for it being a gamble every time if you actually will live. Demon Slashing Shadow Formation. Needs more words in the skill name, honestly. Join with your dark partners in a special formation to perform a joint attack. Smoke demons every day. You can use this skill while using Assassinate or Cruel Stab with no cast action. If Demon Slashing Shadow Formation hits an enemy, Using damage reflect, you will not take damage. This skill does not receive the effects of Shadow Partner. If you skill again while it's activated, you can instantly call the boss. I think that's the new part, right? That you can instantly call the boss down. I'm pretty sure you cannot do that now, if I remember correctly. Partners will appear 12 times, each dealing 850, 8 times, 6 enemies after rise a boss, and all the partners and boss attacks have an additional 20% IED, and the boss activates 4 slashes for 50% damage 15 times up to 8 enemies on a 90-second cooldown. So, whoa, that's a lot of text. Shadowbird's overall skill effects have been changed to be sharper, and we added smoke effects to several skills to further highlight the concept of an assassin that hides himself and surprises enemies with their dagger. In combat, the killing point system has been removed to decrease the overall variation. God damn it! In combat experience, along with alleviating the high difficulty of the existing boss fight damage rotation of Assassinate, Mezzo, Explosion, Assassinate. Sure. For this purpose, we added Bloody Pocket and Bloody Explosion, which replace Pickpocket and Mezzo Explosion while bossing, and the Murderous Intent buff that can be obtained when Bloody Explosion hits can be consumed to use Assassin's Enhanced Finishing Blow. The total final damage boost provided from killing points can be obtained from the enhanced second hit of Assassinate. Makes sense. In addition, Sonic Blow's cooldown has been changed to 45 seconds. Oh, was it 60? See, that was the thing that looked weird to me, the 45. But I feel like it was already low. It was 80. Oh. Periodically is 1100 to 8 enemies for 2.5 seconds. With an additional monster defense of 100. So, did they actually change Sonic Blow to have 100% extra... Oh no, that was another skill. The 100 crit rate. So it's going to be 1000 damage 7 times. At level 25. Coming from 1000 damage to 8... Wait, so they didn't even... They didn't even nerf it? They just decreased the cooldown from 80 seconds to 45? Ooh. That's kind of good. That's kind of sexy. What is GMS dev doing? Exclamation mark, maintenance. But yeah, we don't have devs. True. The feature reducing the cooldown based on the amount of killing points consumed has been removed to reduce the variation in experiences. Finally, the fifth job. Skills have been improved. The Viscerate's invincibility duration has been increased. Aha, I found that one. Sonic Blow has been changed to stack the wound debuff. Yeah, we read that. And you can now link it with the Viscerate to instantly stop the attack while using it if you want, and then get partially your cooldown back. Improvements have been made to Demon Slashing Shadow Formation to the boss attack, which is a large part of the skill damage you can activate casting skill. Damn. I was able to point all of those out. Didn't miss anything super obvious. Good shit. Other than that, the combat experience has been improved, including things like adding Cruel Stab to improve the overall hunting experience, making steal and flip the coin into passives, adding an up jump, and removing the variance caused by critical growing. Okay, where did they replace that though? I want to double check where all the crit is coming from now. This all doesn't count, this all doesn't count. Okay. The critical hit increases damage by 5% and critical rate by 5%, stacks 5 times. So that's 25% crit is coming from flip. This is critical damage. Crit? Oh, here. Critical Edge. How much was Critical Edge now? Dude, I had to scroll all the way up to the fucking first job. Critical Growth? 3%? Per interval / attack. Critical rate 3%, critical damage 1%, capped at plus 10%. Wait. Critical? Yeah, I know. Stop. Your critical rate and critical damage increase per internal interval. Someone auto-corrected themselves. Or attack. Critical rate boost resets when it reaches 100%. Critical damage boost resets when critical rate reaches 100% after critical damage. Oh yeah, that was all some weird stuff that they had to play around with. Okay, but that basically means that the base crit rate for a Shatterer now is going to be 55%, right? 5 base and then 25 critical edge and then 25 on your hyper, and that's it. Which is more reliable than before. I wonder if Mesoguard disappearing is going to make them squishier early game. 60? Oh, what did I miss? Did I miss 5% somewhere, Aquafina? Five base? Yeah, that's what I said. 5 base and then 25. Use it, but never mind. No, just you're checking my work. It's good. Yeah, 5 times 5 for the hyper, 25 base, 5 from normal, like standard. Does it mean no? Stop! Don't be so mean to yourself. Okay, so 55% versus. Now it's all over the place. Are there any Shadowers in chat? Were you guys already boosting your critical rate by 45% at this time to guarantee yourself 100? Because this is like standard 3. This all doesn't give crit. All doesn't give crit. Into darkness, venom, flipping darkness. Doesn't be step. Boomerang stab is so weird. It's like passive effect. Final damage increased by 25%. Like, wait, how? For every interval or attack, critical rate 6%, critical damage increase cap of 10. I went up to 5 stacks, so we get up to 30 from this. And how much did they get from the hyper? 5%. Oh, 10% crit rate with a max stacks of 5. Yeah, I feel like they went from 55% guaranteed with a bunch that could increase to now 55% guaranteed with no chance of anything being increased. Which I guess if for endgame you were treating yourself as if you had 55 and you were trying to add 45. That just means that now that 45 that you're adding is always going to be valued versus before you have to grab it for the off chance that it, you know, for the few times where you need the full thing, but then most of the time a lot of that crit is wasted. It still feels in general like they could use a bit more crit, like they're a thief, right? That's supposed to like hit the critical spot. I guess it's one of those classes that builds more on critical damage than on critical rate, although they have lost some critical damage too, right, in the memes, but then they said that the final damage and the critical damage and all that stuff is negated by how much assassinate goes up. I guess the flexible critical damage isn't as important on your mobbing skill because you need the standard damage to be higher always there. What up, Bank? How you doing? Scardor. Thank you, Cobra. You think Shadow got better than DB with the remaster? Well, let's see. Makes sense that DB is very popular and is already pretty up to date. Yeah, assuming Shadow just got 22% crit rate since the second job stacking crit rate buff got reworked to stationary 25. Yeah, but the hyper would go up to 50, at least what it looks like. That it was 10% up to 5 times, and now it's 5% up to 5 times. Other people talk about the boss crystal rework. Could you give a brief explanation if you know? Would be much appreciated. Base value, yeah. Not by 5x, but to 5x, where for us now in Reboot we have 3x. So from the current price, which is 3x, to 5x. So increasing by 66.66% compared to the current prices, and then with fluctuating increase or decrease depending on popularity of the boss, yeah. DB is running an insane amount of funding with high star for secondary and minus cooldown hits. Yes, they do get a lot better with that, yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be increasing by 5x compared to now would be 6 times the current value, would be 18x. That would be a bonkers. Okay. So that's the Shadower stuff. Interesting shit. Yeah, I just hope that all of the classes within and you know, you'll never get this perfectly, but I hope that all the classes within the branch will kind of feel like equal, as in they're just slightly better at certain scenarios, but they're equal picks, and not like one is obviously the best and the other ones are shit. 18x crystal, please? That'd be disgusting. Then if you kill Black Mage 6 months later solo, with a 3% increase every week, you'll get like 32 bill or something for Black Mage solo. Even 5 bill for a full party. Mataras, thank you very much for the 5 months, dude. Thanks for priming all over us. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All thieves are equal. Definitely. Okay. Dual Blade. Dark Sight. Same changes as the other stuff. Little poofy. Flash jump. Are they gonna get an up jump? Let's see. Sidestep evasion rate. Sharp slash. Imagine getting a dull slash. Oof. 1.5th job. Oh, so they're keeping the 1.5th, 2.5th, whatever. I thought this would be like a good opportunity for dual blades to just give them first, second, third, fourth. But I guess they just want to keep them different and keep that level of their identity. I guess that's fine too. I don't like. I'm not married to the concept either way. Wait, this effect is weird. It shows up at the same time, but it starts disappearing on the right faster. But it shows up here at the same time as it already shows up there. Or like, it's already here. Is that just how fast this swipe is supposed to be? I guess so. It's just super, super fast. Tornado spin. Huh. It's a weird looking tornado, but, you know. It's blue. WDW. Alright. Self-haste. Nice. Still no haste for parties. Get fucked. Fatal blow. God, do you guys remember when Dual Blade was released into the game in the beginning? They had so many lines of damage. I think any other class kept out at like 4 lines. And then Dual Blade came into the game, had Shadow Partner, and hit like 12 lines or something. And they were like, there's just so many numbers on the screen. And the numbers weren't terribly high, but there were just so many of them that it just felt so unfair to be any other class. You're like, how did they get so many? I put like 4 or 5 of them at the same time, and they put like 30. Like, even if they do like a third of my damage, the total number is still so much higher. Shadow Partner in the upper stab, yeah. Actually, they may have had more than the current max of lines, yeah.
I swear the third job skill had 16 lines.
It's possible, because I think what they did was like 8 lines, but 8 lines per weapon, and then the Shadow Partner doubled that, so it would be like 8, 16, and then like 32 or something. Yeah, it was nuts. And what was it, like a Shadow Assault or something with like the dash down? It would hit so many things and do so many lines. It was, yeah, that was the beginning of the end, honestly, for power creep. Dual Blade. Mobbing and bossing was like, it was almost stupid not to play one when it came out. And and the amount of mobility that it had compared to every other class that was out at the time was also like... Because you guys have to remember, when Dual Blade came out, I think 80% of the classes didn't even have a flash jump. It's like... and then they were like fucking Cirque du Soleil over the map doing 300 lines per second. And every other class was like warriors were literally just like holding a wooden sword, just looking at you like, what the... all I'm doing is hitting like a few targets at a time. What is this? Like, it's not even... We're not even in the same game. God, it was so weird. Yo, what's up with all the resubs? Thank you, Ramkip. And thank you, Soy the Kid. Appreciate the prime. Welcome, welcome. Oh my god, you guys are starting a hype train right now. Okay. Slash Storm. Move forward and attack multiple enemies. Alright, alright. Karma, physical, training, dual blade acceleration, 2.5 job, slash storm enhancement. Yeah, that does look like a slash storm, but then a stronger version of it. Okay. Okay, okay. Flying assaulter, there it is. This used to be purplish, right? Descend from the air diagonally, attacking multiple enemies within range, with a chance to stun. Oh, that's blue. Flashbang. Well, looks very blue. Throw a flashing dagger that blinds multiple enemies for a certain period of time. You'll also... you will deal additional damage to enemies that have their accuracy decreased. This skill also applies to bosses, but the duration will be halved. Reduces accuracy by 20% for 50 seconds. All of your own skills that hit the enemy will have 10% increase. Oh, it's not a party buff. RIP. Just when we thought dual blades would do something for the party. Nope. I mean, I guess the reduced accuracy kind of helps in some way, but I mean, it's 50-second debuff on 60-second. That's quite different than what it is now, right? The smoke bomb, party play, kick W. Yeah, I guess so. Crux Phoenix, thank you for the 4. Appreciate the prime as well. Lots of primers out today. Thank you, thank you. Are we expecting more stable servers after this patch? I don't think from this patch. No, no. They're still finalizing. This week they're going to be like finalizing what they're going to do, and they were still gathering data. They probably still are. So, remember when Thorns was a party skill? I don't actually. What did it exactly do before? I remember Thorns. It was an expensive book. Was it Thorns 20? Thorns 30? One of those two. Probably 30. Was pretty expensive. Oh, it was crit, but it didn't stack with Sharp Eyes. Oh, I remember. Yeah, yeah. If those two stacked, that would have been beyond broken. Because crit was very, very rare back then. If you could somehow stack those, that would be busted. Permanently apply poison to your dagger. There is a certain chance to poison enemies, making them take damage over time. The poison cannot be stacked and cannot make an enemy's HP fall below 1. Because poison cannot kill you, just like in real life. Oh, sorry. Wait, Venom. Venom cannot kill. Okay, sure. When attacking, there's a 30% chance to poison enemies. It's actually not true. It can definitely kill you in real life. Don't listen to that. Alright, third job. Bloody Storm. Quickly attack enemies. Permanently increases Tornado Spin and Flying Assaulter's damage. Cool. This skill can be linked to Tornado Spin and Blade Ascension. Oh. Okay. Bam. Okay, Blade Ascension looks way cooler. This is some cool shit. It's not like... But it's like... That's a brutal wound. A brutal stab. All Thorns, MP minus 400, critical rate 35%, 120 seconds, critical damage 250%, 400% range. With critical damage 250%. Does that essentially mean... That essentially means if you hit a crit, you would get plus 150% damage bonus, right? On the hit. Which made sense back then. Because you had very, very low crit rate. So they had to... It's basically like the classes now. Most classes have either low crit rate and high crit damage, or the other way around. To kind of like stabilize their damage. But of course you want high crit damage rather, because you can very easily from a lot of different sources get your crit rate and get to 100 still, and then the innate critical damage in your kit will end up scaling better towards the end game. But back then, there were only like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 classes that actually had ways of increasing their crit. But there was no link skills, no legion, no outside crit sources, nothing like that. So your kit is just all you had. And then what you did with your equips and everything with your set bonuses was just get more stat and get more attack. And that was pretty much it. But yeah, but it's 250% damage, not 250% crit damage, right? Crit damage crit damage before wasn't what crit damage is now. Crit damage then was percentage damage on crits, which is different than what crit damage is now. Multiplied in a different way. People's downtown to play Roblox? Sure. Okay, use the one arrow key, jump slightly higher. That looks the same. At least I think it changed. Has anyone done a write-up on that? Where's the dissertation on how critical damage? Because there was minimum critical damage and max critical damage as well. Was it just critical damage or was it max critical? Dude, this game has changed so much over the years. I almost said so lot. Jeez. Okay, Chains of Hell. Pull yourself closer to an enemy to attack with a certain chance to stun. Nothing personal. You'll be invincible while activating and attacking with a skill. You can use this skill during other skills. All of Chains of Hell's hits will be critical hits. Stationary monsters must be within range for this skill to be used on them. Applies 1.5 seconds of invincibility, deal 150% damage from the chain, and activates a linked attack that deal 150%. Sure. Chance to stun for 4 seconds, an additional 100% crit rate. You will be invincible during the attack cooldown 45 seconds. Wait, we haven't seen the little duder yet that we... Never mind, there's mirror image. Summon a clone with the same appearance as you for a certain period of time. It does not have its own HP and functions as a secondary attack. If you are hit by an attack that changes your appearance or restricts your movement, this skill does not apply to some skills. Yeah. And that does not apply to certain skills. Love it. Summon channel for 200 seconds copies all of your attacks except Flashbang with 70% final damage. Wait, does it already do that? Does it already do 70% of your damage? The fuck? Blade Specialist? No, Blade Lord. Yeah. I'm Blade Lord. Oh, it does. But because it's stationary, that doesn't mean it's, that makes it way worse, right? Advanced Dark Sight. Vital Steel. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to recover 20% max HP. Bruh, that's broken. Shadow Melt still a thing? Shadow Evasion. 30% chance to evade. After successful evasion, increase attack by 15 for 7 seconds, and all attacks will be critical hits. When you successfully evade, it cannot activate again for the next 5 seconds. Okay. Fourth job is Blade Fury. We know that skill, right? And Phantom Blow, which I agree with Kobe. This is a hot mess. I can kind of see what they were going for, but I'm trying to find an apt comparison to what this is, but it just looks like a child's drawing of draw the Flash or something. Draw the Flash while he's running, and it's like a 3-year-old, and they only had an orange crayon, so that's all they had to go with. Reminds you of a phantom attack? I know what you mean. The the shitty third job skill, the whitish blue one. It's too thick. Yeah, that also. The slices are supposed to be like precise. You can make it like a swipe, and then you can make it broad because it's still a thin swipe, but it's broad because you're like in 2D, right? You're looking for a different angle. But like this, that means you're looking from the thin angle, so it should be more thin, right? Oh, Blasson? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of that, and that skill is also not really good looking. But, you know, maybe they have a different sprite on backup, or they have done, like, visual reworks of existing skills already to make them look a bit cooler within Tespia before, so that's very possible. Where's the start? Whatever shows up first, I guess. What does show up first? Do they all show up at the same time? What shows up first, guys? This one. I think this one shows up first here. This one right here. The one that goes like that. Final Cut. Consumes a large amount of HP to inflict a very powerful attack on multiple enemies. When used, you will deal increased damage for a certain period of time. 10% max HP, 2000% damage on up to 8 enemies. When charging for a shorter time, the damage... Yeah, it's kind of weird. So it doesn't move you anymore, but it just does like a hit in front of you. I don't know. Increases final damage by 40% for 60 seconds and applies invincibility for 3 seconds after using. And I guess you can see by this, you can tell by this icon how far it's charged.
Very nice.
Thank you. Very nice of you as well to resub. What Goldfish for 10 months. Appreciate that. I have like 10 bill right now. Should I 18 my arcane, 21 my last equip, or try 3 usable lines on my weapon or emblem? With 10 bill? Probably 21 start of the last equip. It's probably what I would do. I mean, if you have arcane backups, you could do that. The 3 usable lines of weapon or emblem is definitely going to be more expensive. That'd not be the thing I do. Maybe like 2-line attack and 1-line boss damage on the weapon, but like my mom did that in like 30 cubes, but that's not the average for sure. I'll probably look at 21 star in the last equip. And then we have Sun Radiant, Maple Warrior, Hero's Will, Dummy Effect. Separate the shadow summoned by mirror imaging. The clone will draw enemies' attacks and absorb the damage. When it receives an attack, Shadow Evasion will be activated. This skill can only be used while mirror imaging is active. In addition, permanently increases Dual Blade's defense and evasion rate. Requires a mastery book for level 11 and higher. Okay, sure. Summon a shadow with 19,000 HP for 90 seconds. When the shadow is summoned, decreases damage taken by 20%. When shadow takes a hit, shadow evasion is activated. Shadow cannot be hit by certain attacks. Wow. Thorns, 30 attack, 90% stance. What? That's different. Sharpness, 35% crit rate, 13% critical damage. This is one that we're in 4th job now, right? Yeah. This is one that gets really high with like with combat orders, right? Doesn't it go up to like 37 or 38 or something? Can I see sharpness? Oh, 41. Dude, cracked. So 38 with combat orders? Oh, I was right about that one. But with actual combat orders from a paladin, it goes up to 41 with 15% critical damage. It's broken, right? Why do the animations look so bad? I think Dual Blade is considered very good in KMS, so they were like, let's not make them look too good. Expert, 70% dagger and blade mastery, 30 attack, 20% final damage. Sure. Oh, fatal venom. Okay. These look like the same hypers to me with the IED. The Phantom Blow is definitely the worst one. Bloody Storm. Do we still have Bloody Storm ones? Blade Fury? Yeah, I guess we do. And then Phantom Blow, and then Blade Ascension. Wait. Huh? And then Blade Ascension? Wait, what? Holy shit, these hypers are completely different. No more Blade Fury? I mean, Blade Fury Guard Break is like... who designed this? Who put IED on the mobbing skill and the hyper stat? What? Why is this a thing? No more Blade Fury reinforce or max enemies hit. Oh wait, that's Blade Fury? Oh, never. Oh, can you not do that? Wait, they kept the IED Blade Fury? Never mind. They still have the same guy on staff, I guess. Way to take the class into the future, dog. With a good old 20% IED on the mobbing skill. What? Is that there for if you're doing a Horntail early or something? So you can hit multiple parts with 20 IED? Like, why? Damage IED 2 extra targets. That's the same one, right? Oh, they just reorganized them, reordered them, I guess. 21 and 20. That's all still. That's it. Yeah, but they just got rid of the Bloody Storm, whatever this is, into Blade Ascension instead. 20 IED, 20% damage, and 1 extra hit. Man, these, I don't know. These are very straightforward, but these are also very uninspired. Like, it's all just IED, damage, extra targets, IED, extra targets, damage, extra damage, targets, IED. I don't know, there's nothing spicy here, you know? But, you know. Why would you ever use the Blade Ascension hyperstats? If you don't need the Blade Fury ones, I guess. But yeah, you're probably using this, and then all of the Phantom Blow ones, right? Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe when you're mopping, you would add the last one here. But yeah, I don't know if these are necessary for anything. The rotation where you kill with Ascension, is that in like Lab and Limina or something? You wouldn't do that in Cernium anymore, right? If leveling is your focus, one-shotting with Blade Ascension would be nice, and these could help. Okay. Oh yeah, Bam hypers are really nice. Like what Goldfish has, very nice. And then we have, what is this? Hidden Blade. Is this gonna do something else? I don't remember that skill being called Hidden Blade. Blade Clone. Oh, there we go. Duration 60. 60 what? 60 time. Extra attack chance for direct skills 100%, bonus damage 140, damage 10%. Hopefully the description is a little bit better now. So Secret Sword of the Secret Garden. Secret Sword of the Secret Garden. That's so secret. To inflict powerful additional hits on all of your attacks. Addition increases damage. There is a 100% chance for your direct attacking skills to activate an additional hit of 140%. Increases damage by 10%. Now that's clear. Nice. 60-minute full up to 1 hour duration. Is the event updating after the maintenance? No, just at reset. All of the updated event stuff is already in the code since the last patch. So that's just starting at reset. It has nothing to do with the maintenance right now. Maintenance usually never do that. It's either a patch or it's either the patch of the time or a preloaded patch. It's never a maintenance that it may have happened once or twice, but that should be either to fix an error or yeah, or some kind of bug that happened. This should be a passive. Don't know. Asura is looking very different. No more purple stuff. Or purple, pinkish, whatever. No, it's all red. You're a thief. You have daggers. Everything is red. Rotate rapidly and annihilate enemies. Speaking of red, around you, vortex of invisible blades. If Asura hits an enemy using damage, flanking damage. For 10 seconds, deals 420% damage 4 times and up to 10 enemies with an additional 100% action. You can move around during the skill and you can use skill. Okay. Are they ever going to address that for some reason Asura makes you immune to certain skills that are supposed to kill you? Like Asura makes you immune to bomb damage, right? Why? It doesn't say that anywhere. Like it's not. I don't think it's meant to. It doesn't say so anywhere that that's. It says you cannot be knocked back, but Like, oh wait, oh it breaks the Arcarium FMA as well. Like, why? Why does it do that? Also, Will's crack. Really? Will's ass crack got him. Is it? Yeah. I mean, like, it's cool that it does, I guess, but why does it? I guess it's one of those sleeping dogs things, right? Epic Adventure, 5th job, skill changes. Oh no, it's niche. Sorry, but people who unironically use the word snitch have like the mentality of a 6-year-old. If you can't deal with a bug being fixed because you're taking advantage of something that might be unintentional in the game, that people would want to have that fixed because the game's balance is not being appropriately, and that you see that as like snitching, that's such like a immature way of like seeing systems and how you interact with systems. It might be a joke, but like, yeah, I that shit triggers the fuck out of me. 5th job, skill changes. Okay. Blade Storm, cut down enemies. Wait, this is the only one? Okay. Cut down enemies in front of you with speed of a storm using secret gardens. There's a secret garden again. You can move while attacking. Yes. Oh, do you move faster now? Like Bowmasters? 1155, damage 7 times up to 10 enemies, then attack in front of you for 5 seconds, doing 600%. Oh no, I think you already move at normal speed, right? Okay, 600% damage 5 times up to 10 enemies continuously with additional 100% defense, ignore 90 seconds. That was already 90 seconds, I believe. Oh, that's why I thought it was 90 seconds. I was like, well, it was 80 and 90 before, so they were pretty close. Where is you? Oh, here, over here. Because I think, yeah, it's 90, okay. Normal speed but can't jump? I guess so, yeah. $10 seconds to 5 seconds? Wait, it was duration for 10 seconds? Oh, it was. Wait, what? 1270? Oh, no, let's look at the 25 numbers because that's usually what we have there. 1155? But they said they were still going to adjust the numbers, right? Sometimes with 10 enemies, then 590 or 600, close enough. 5 and up to 10 enemies in front of you for 10 seconds? Wait, so they're cutting that in half? The Blade Storm? Without adjusting the numbers? Surely they will adjust the numbers? Surely they will adjust the numbers, right? To make up for that? Or maybe they'll do the same like with Dual Blade and they'll adjust the cooldown to just allow you to... Sorry, with Dual Blade. With Shadower. To allow you to just use it more often. One of the two, right? Either increase the damage on it or make you be able to use it more. Like if they cut the cooldown down to 45 seconds or something. I'm sure people would be okay with that too, right? Yeah, exactly. Because now if you hold it down the whole time, you're just... And you have cooldown reduction on your hat, which you want to have. Then you're... And you're holding down this for DPS, then you know, you're... You've got your other two big skills. What is it? Blade of Destiny and Tornado? They come off cooldown in the middle of this skill and they're just sitting there waiting to be used, yeah. So it's better to get your damage in quicker, even if it's not as much damage. WTF, I just maxed the skill Sag. Oh, the skill still has to be adjusted, right? So they said the main thing is they want the skills to function properly, like to not be broken, and they want feedback on the sprites and everything. But they haven't adjusted the numbers yet. That was part of the beginning of the intro to this whole thing, so... We can cast an extra BOD and Tornado is huge at 5 seconds. Well, yeah, but the numbers haven't been adjusted yet, so... I mean, you can always stop at 5 seconds and readjust it, right? Wait, can't you... Wait, can't you undo this by, like, pressing the button again? It's not like you're stuck on this until it's over, no? It's kind of nerf. It's 50% nerf, yeah. But they are going to adjust the numbers. Don't worry. You can, yeah. So it's not like you're stuck on this. Like you can always get out of it if you want to and throw the other skills out. Okay. We're totally talking past each other right now, chat. Okay? We have the exact same skill as before here, but it only lasts up to half as long. Some people are like, oh my god, this is amazing because it's 5 seconds now instead of 10. That's objectively completely a nerf because they haven't adjusted the other numbers yet. And you could, right now, you could also make it last only 5 seconds and take advantage of those other summons. That's what I'm saying. Right? We have to wait for the numbers to get adjusted before we can definitively say that it's a buff and how much of a buff it is. It does more. It does the same amount of lines? Oh, so they're not going to tweak the numbers? Yeah, it's so hard to tell that from this information, right? Because it just says continuously. It ticks faster. Oh. So for accuracy, it's 60 fewer hits, but 5 seconds faster. Okay, so like... Wait, someone said 400 lines. So now it's 340 instead of 400? Oh, wow, that's a really big buff then. That means it... Like, okay, so it's not as much damage, but if you have, yeah, the other 2 skills, that accommodates for the difference, and that's... Should be a buff because you do it in half the time. Well, so not exactly same the damage. It used to do 49 lines the whole 10-second duration. Now it's 430-ish. 49x lines in 5-second duration. Okay, so 60 and almost 500 lines. So that's 1/8. No, that's completely off. 1/7. 1/8? 1/8, yeah. No, that was on. I was on. Ish. So like 10 to 11, probably like 11% final damage reduction or something. But you do it in half the time. And you can throw out probably an extra tornado and a Blade of Destiny, which should compensate for that. Yeah, we'll get more details. But that part is important when it comes to looking at this skill, because you can't read that from this description, right? Yeah, we seem to have gone from having no skills that you would like hold down for a while or would do damage continuously over a while, to then having a bunch of them, to then making all of them do their damage really, really quickly. You know, because I remember the like the Ice Lightning Burst skill, the what was the other one that you would hold down for super long? Oh, like in the beginning, remember the punchy skill from the 4th V from Shade? That in the beginning it lasted like 8 seconds and then got cut down to 3 and now is like 1.8 seconds or something, where it's like barely a key down anymore. Now if only they took away like the charging stuff with the Surge Bolt and the demonic blast, like those kind of things where you have to hold it down for 8 seconds or for 10 seconds to get the max effect or something. That it just doesn't work if you're... I guess if you have 8 ping it works fine, but... Whatever. Okay, so developer notes. The dual blade is a nimble thief that uses 2 blades, and the effects have been improved to show off this concept. Improved is, grain of salt. In combat, we have enhanced toe skill. Oh, the skill growth experience, okay. By adding skills that enhance the main attacking skills in 1.5 and 2.5 job advancements, and increase the attack range of the main skills Blade Fury and Phantom Blow. Yeah, bigger hitboxes on those. In addition, Final Cut was changed to a skill that is used in place. I don't know if that was really necessary, because you become immune anyway, but Flashbang's probability factor was removed, that's 100% now, and the 5th job skill, Blade Storm's key down duration was decreased to inflict more damage in a short period of time. Well, less damage in a short period of time, but more in the same amount of time. Also, we would like to provide additional options by replacing the useless Bloody Storm hyper-passive skills with Blade Ascension. Yeah, so I guess like some people in chat said, not as big of a change as the other ones it seems. Well, as mainly a Shadower. It is going to feel like they tweaked these classes that needed the work the most at the right spots. I tried to address the scaling and the mobbing early on for Night Lord. Tried to address and the mobility. So they're purposefully not giving an up jump to dual blades just because of blade ascension, feeling like they have enough upward mobility like that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Useless bloody storm, yeah. I mean, I feel like they can still do something with the hyper stats that's a little bit cooler. Yeah, I don't know. Giving 20% IED as an option to your mobbing skill just feels like, what? Why is that in there? My thoughts? Yeah, so I feel like they looked at the parts that they thought were unintended, right? They said before they didn't intend for Meso Explosion weaving with Assassinate to work like this. But since that's how people got used to playing the class, they wanted to make that... They didn't want to change that mechanic, but make it more... like play into the hand of that. And I think they did that properly with the bloody skills. Yeah, of course, you know, there's going to be more reworks after this, but this looks promising. To be fair, I don't play the classes actively, so there could be something that I'm hugely you know, overlooking. But yeah, apart from some of the skill effects looking maybe a little bit weird, but that's like my general critique. They tried to bring the skill effects closer together as a way of theming for the class, but in a way I feel like it lost a lot of the colorfulness in the whole kit, because everyone's skills seems to be the same 4 RGB values, just, you know, in different quantities, which again, not a huge fan of, but on most of the gameplay I'm gonna have the skills invisible anyway, so you know, it's not that important. But if the goal is to make them look better, I don't think that goal was achieved. Reliable up jump would have been nice. Yeah, I think so. But, you know, you got rope lift, you've got your blade ascension. I guess you'll just have to make do with that. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary, but it feels like everyone and their mother is getting an up jump, but then one class is getting left behind. Huh. It'll be fine, you know. But yeah, still no team utility whatsoever, and dual blade would have been cool to have at least a little bit something, but I guess no. I guess not.